Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application. Today in History, what happened today in history? What happened to my phone? It's right here. Historical calendar, and the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am Aoxander, and I will be hopefully joined by the Golden Loon here. Oh, there he is, just in time. I'm joined by...
The Golden Loon is here.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you.
Leave it to Beaver Meat Cleaver. Today is, of course, Sun's Day, also known as Sunday, October 23rd, 2022. So,
yes, it is.
Yes, we gotta get our pumpkins here next couple of days.
We do.
Yep. And
before
some
they
candy.
become scarce.
Yeah. And some candy.
I understand there's someone that would like some chocolate candy.
Yes. Well, I'm waiting until Christmas for those oranges. Chocolate. Anyway, let's start us off here in the year 42 BC. You remember this.
Yeah.
Roman Republican Civil Wars.
Isn't that a statue of me? No, I don't think so. Just a look-alike.
I don't know. I don't think you're that handsome.
I know I'm not that handsome.
Second Battle of Philippi. Brutus's army was decisively defeated by Mark Antony and Octavian, and Brutus committed suicide. Oh, well, dang.
Not a good way to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was probably going to end up getting tortured and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So, well, here we go. 425, Valentinian III was elevated to Roman emperor at the age of 6.
Oh, jeez. He's going to make good decisions.
I don't think so. We'd probably be better with our current world leaders, you know?
You're just not kidding.
Kidding? 6-year-old kid?
Kid.
Yeah. And then in 1520, King Carlos I was crowned German Emperor Charles V.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Good for him.
We got a victory in battle in 1642, Battle of Edgehill, or Warwickshire. King Charles I defeated English paramilitary forces. Or no, parliamentarian forces.
Okay.
So the parliament, I did not know they had a military, but alright. And 1679, meal tub plot against James Duke of York, future James II of England.
Like I say, it's give me a head with hair.
Yeah. Oh, you missed it. Yesterday we had the hair and the poof guy again.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like, you know, like the long hair and then like the red poofs and everything.
Yeah, I remember the photo.
And that has to be part of the hat because, like, you know, it's level.
Yeah.
You know, if he had that poofy hair, the hat would be, like, up or something. So... then 1739, War of Jenkins's Ears started. That's a weird name. British Prime Minister Robert Walpole reluctantly declares war on Spain. So, Jenkins's Ear. That's a weird name for a name of a war. The War of Jenkins's Ear.
Yeah.
You know? Like, do you hear the battle? 1812, failed coup against French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte. Huh.
Oh, I didn't know there was a coup against him.
Well, that's exactly the point.
Yeah.
He stomped it out. He's Napoleon, dude. You know, Napoleon.
Well, so. if the coup would have been successful, we would have never heard of Napoleon.
Probably. Although 1812, no.
I don't know how late that was, right?
Yeah. Well, like when were the Napoleonic Wars anyway? Let's see here. Napoleonic Wars. I know I spelt that completely wrong. From 1803 to 1815.
Okay,
so he was already pretty
well established.
So there would have been some kind of at least a footnote.
Yeah.
So. But in 1814, one of the first modern plastic surgeries in the West performed by Joseph Carpuk on a soldier's nose in England using Indian techniques.
Indian techniques. That's weird.
And India, like not the Native American techniques, but I guess.
I don't know. It could be Indian. Could be our Indians.
Native American.
It would have been an India technique, not Indians.
Yeah.
'Cause they're not called Indians.
Well, India people are called Indians.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
They call them Indians.
They should.
Yeah, well, they do.
I mean, but we have Indians here, so we don't.
But they're Native Americans.
Yes,
they're called Indians because of...
Yeah, you know. Mistake. It's all a mistake,
Yeah. All right. Let's move on up into 1911. The first aerial reconnaissance mission was flown by an Italian pilot over Turkish lines during the Italo-Turkish War. Yeah, the first time ever aircraft was used.
Yeah.
And not flying, well, not like, airplanes, but like,
No.
dirigibles and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So. In 1915, an estimated 25,000 supporters in a women's suffrage march in New York's Fifth Avenue, led by Dr. Anna Shaw and Carrie Chapman Catt, founder of the League of Women Voters. Yes.
I wonder what 25,000 would translate today equivalent to population. Would that be 125,000,
Oh, well, I have no idea.
I don't either, but
that's going to require a lot of math, a lot of research.
I got that, yeah. It's just something that you think about. You go to 25,000, that's a bunch, but no, not with that population. That's a huge number.
Yeah. Well, 25,000 is a lot today,
Yeah.
So back then it'd be even more. So.
Yeah, way bigger percentage.
And then in 1917, the first infantry division, Big Red 1, first U.S. shot in World War One.
Oh.
So that was our first infantry division over there, the Big Red 1. We all know about the Big Red 1.
Do we?
Well, I do. That's the Army Rangers.
Oh,
I believe.
Didn't know.
Well, before they became the Army Rangers, because the Rangers actually were formed like about a year or so before, if I'm correct, Operation Overlord, D-Day, because their mission was to take over Point du Hoc.
That's World War II, though.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is way before that.
Well, the division is still a division. They
Yeah.
just became the Rangers.
Recognized for that. Okay.
Well,
Recognized as the Rangers.
Yeah. Well, no. They were given specific specialized training to become,
of course.
Eventually what the Rangers are today. They're specialists.
Yeah.
Well, back then, the U.S. Army didn't really have any specialists or anything like that. Like the SEALs,
But the Big Red 1 became the Rangers.
Yes.
Okay.
And you know about Point du Hoc, right?
No.
It was during. Actually, let me look this up here. Point du Hoc. It was a very significant portion of Operation Overlord. Right here, you can kind of see, and there's a lot of shelling, shell holes here. But this was an area of the map, and actually, let's see here, Normandy, France map. Point du Hoc. There we go.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So, well, that's not a really good. Here we go.
Here we go. Yeah.
It's still grainy as fuck. Hold on. Okay. Somewhere around here. I think this is it here. Yeah. Point du Hoc right there.
Okay.
There was intelligence said there was large guns that covered I believe Ohio, Utah, and in this beach, it covered all those beaches.
Yeah.
And they were sent about an hour or so prior to go in there and try to knock out the guns so it wouldn't become a massacre. It turned out the guns weren't even there.
Ah.
So, but they actually had to climb sheer cliffs.
Yeah.
That
I know.
So you've seen the modified Higgins boats with the launchers that launch all the stuff, so they can climb the ropes.
Yeah, they launched the ropes and rope ladders or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was Point du Hoc specifically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I knew that. I didn't know the name. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, that's
more knowledge.
That's how they became the Rangers, because that was a specialized thing.
I love what this show does on. A lot of it is just not important. And I'm talking personally, not important, but still somewhat. But some of it is just really incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
That I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. In 1922, conservative Andrew Bonar Law, what a name, formed government in the United Kingdom, replaces David Lloyd George's Liberal government. Well,
The Law of the Boner.
Yep. I guess we should call that the Limperal.
Or Bonehead.
Yeah. We got some sports history 1 year later, in 1923. Legendary Yankee slugger Babe Ruth, the great Bambino, made a postseason exhibition appearance in a rival Giants uniform as New York defeated Baltimore Orioles 9-0 in a benefit game for former Giants owner John Day.
Oh, so in honor of his ownership, he wore a Giants uniform, and he was a Yankee. Okay.
That's grounds for assassination right there. So.
By Yankee fans, yeah.
I'm not even a sports guy, but I'm even like, hey, that's not cool, Well, it is. I understand what he's doing, but yeah. 1933, John Dillinger and his gang robbed Central National Bank in Greencastle, Indiana, taking $75,000.
That's a lot of money.
Well, what was $75,000 in 1933? Let's take a look at that. 75,000.
$300,000.
$1,712,353.85 today. So that's a pretty good haul right there.
And you know what you could buy with 85 cents back then?
A lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go out and like have a nice dinner, a movie, you know.
Buy a suit, whatever it is.
And some condoms, you know. You have a great date night, you know. All for 83 cents. Wow, you know. Nowadays you can't even buy a stick of gum with that. 1935, Mackenzie King was elected as Prime Minister of Canada for the third time. All right.
Yeah.
And 1941, Walt Disney's animated film Dumbo was released. I have that on VHS.
Oh, yes you do.
Yep. And, you know, don't forget the...
what year was that again? I'm sorry.
1941.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah. Been a while. That was all hand-drawn, you know?
Oh, yeah. You needed all the artists and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It took a long time.
Oh, yeah. 1945, U.S. baseball player Jackie Robinson signed a contract with Montreal Royals, minor league farm team of Brooklyn Dodgers.
Woohoo! Yeah. Didn't make it out here to L.A. You got in a car accident. Was wheelchaired. Like the year before he came out or something.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. Just never got to see him play.
That's unfortunate. Well, at least he ended, you know, with the Brooklyn, you know, part.
Yeah.
So, 1950, Filipino President Elpidio Quirino issued Executive Order 355, replacing the National Land Settlement Administration with Land Settlement Development Cooperation, or LASDE, or LASEDECO, LASEDECO. So, I don't know, they're just renaming the organization,
Yeah.
so that's kind of, you know, red flag right there. Whenever you know somebody starts renaming something, why are they renaming it? Are they trying to avoid what it was that they did with the previous name? You know, like I was just talking about this. Like you're aware of the banana wars, right? In Central America.
Yeah.
One of the major causes of that, like, you know, one of the corporations that was like basically, you know, like treating all the employees like slaves, went under a rebranding, and we know them today as Dole.
Oh.
Yep. So Dole bananas, you know, Dole fruits, all that stuff. They did crimes against humanity.
Really?
Yep.
That's a bold statement.
Well, it's true. But rebranding, you get a new name, people just like, oh, they're not them, they're this. You know, just like how Google rebranded themselves and put themselves under Alphabet, how Facebook rebranded themselves and they're now known as Meta. They're trying to avoid, because people are dumb. They're flat out dumb. They're trying to avoid, you know,
they're not dumb. They just don't stay. They're just not aware of a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they're trying to avoid the correlation.
They're trying, especially in hard times like now. They're worried about feeding themselves, you know.
Yep.
And heating themselves.
And all of this is under, you know, like none of this is accidental. This is all a designed environment.
So it's hard times like this, so that they don't let a crisis go to waste. You know, slip in all your stuff because nobody's going to notice. They're worried about life.
Exactly. So, moving on up into 1951, English chemist Rosalind Franklin first identified the two types of carbon produced by temperature in a paper published by the Royal Society. Two types of carbon produced by temperature. Let's see here.
What exactly does that mean?
Pardon me. I'm going to figure that out. Oh, greenhouse gases.
Oh, okay.
Two types of carbon emissions. Scope 1. Emissions are direct emissions from company-owned and controlled resources, and then fugitive emissions are leaks from greenhouse gases like refrigeration and air conditioning units. So those are the two main types of carbon. Yeah. Like, you know, so
carbon footprint.
Yep. 1952, Charlie Chaplin's Limelight, starring himself in Claire Bloom, with an appearance by Buster Keaton, premiered in New York City, not released in Los Angeles until 1972, 20 years later, winning Chaplin his only competitive Academy Award for original score.
Look at how young Buster Keaton is there.
Dang.
Guy on the right.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh, yeah, he was.
I think our music is getting a little too loud, so I'm going to drop it down a little bit there. I have no idea. I've heard the name, but... Yeah. Then moving on up into 1958, Soviet novelist Boris Pasternak won Nobel Prize for Literature. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
And here we go. 1958, the Smurfs first appeared on the story, or in the story, Johan and Perelut by Belgium cartoonist Peyo.
Oh, I wondered where they came from. Or as you were reading it, I was wondering where they came from.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, the Smurfs go that far back.
Yeah, now you want to know something interesting?
Okay.
The Smurfs are the KKK.
Wow, how do you get that?
Well, when you look at them, they're all dressed in the white with the white hood,
Yeah.
and their leader is dressed in red, just like the Grand Dragon.
Yeah, come
And
on.
the main
And
antagonist...
this guy isn't even from this country. Where is he from again?
Belgium.
Belgium. Come on. No, that's a stretch. That's
Well, no.
just a stretch.
Well, no, if you look, they're let's see here.
They don't have hoods. They have a hat, but no hood.
Well, it's not a hood, but it's still a representation. But I'm not done. I'm
That's
not done.
a stretch.
I'm not done. Antagonist. Okay? How is that not a caricature of the Jews? You know,
Okay.
big
Yeah.
no. I'm just saying, that's the antagonist. He's the guy who always wants their Smurf berries.
Yeah.
He's a caricature of a Jew, and all the Smurfs, are supposed to all be the Klan.
Okay.
I'm not saying this
That's
personally.
after
I'm
the
just
fact, trying to put things in and look at that makes it this way.
There's-
I never go for stuff like that.
There's a lot of strange things, Dad. So, anyway, moving on up into 1962, Adlai Stevenson spoke at the United Nations about the Cuba crisis. Yeah, this is during the Cuban Missile Crisis started yesterday.
He ran for president twice and lost.
Oh.
Adlai Stevenson. He's a Democratic runner against what's his name? The General Eisenhower.
So he was a Democrat?
Yeah.
Good
running
that he
against-
lost.
Well,
Good.
It's different Democrats then and different Republicans
matter.
then.
So,
Sure it does.
well, 1963, Neil Simon's play Barefoot in the Park, starring Robert Redford and Elizabeth Ashley, premiered in New York City.
Okay.
Okay. We got some sports history in 1963 as well. The New York Yankees named Yogi Berra as manager, replacing Ralph Houck, who became the team's general manager.
And once again, we'll say, look up Yogiisms. They're great.
Yep, they are. We got an Olympic gold 365 days later. In 1964, future undisputed world heavyweight boxing champion Joe Frazier dominated German Hans Huber for an easy points win and the Olympic heavyweight gold medal in Tokyo.
Some of the greatest fights of all times. Frazier against Ali.
Yep.
Wow, they had some. I think it was two of them great fights, maybe three.
Wasn't that the Rumble in the Jungle?
No, that was the big guy down in Manila or something. I can't think of his name.
The killer from Manila?
George Foreman.
George Foreman.
Yeah.
Huh. Does he even still make those grills?
Probably.
Yeah.
And he named all his sons George, and he's got a bunch of them. Bunch of kids.
That sounds like an egotist if there ever was one.
I don't know.
1964, Soviet gymnast Larisa Latiana won the floor exercise gold medal at the Tokyo Olympics. This was her second gold of the games in team, and a career ninth, 1956, 1960, and 1964, a gymnastics record.
Oh, okay.
So that's cool. Not really much into gymnastics, but okay.
It's fun to watch. And I haven't watched it in years and years and years. But I always used to, in the Olympic gymnastics, I used to really enjoy, because it's such a high level of perfection.
Yeah.
Balance beams, rings, all this stuff, doing all the flips and stuff on the.
Well, like landing makes all the difference in the world. If you land like this rather than this, that's like 10 points or something stupid,
Landing. Did you stick your landing? That's
Yeah.
what that term is.
Yeah.
If you stick it and you nailed it, man, good stuff.
1973, 19-year-old U.S. tennis star Chris Evert retained her WTA Tour Championship at Boca Raton, Florida, defeating Nancy Richie Gunther 6-3, 6-3 in the final.
Yeah, look at her as a kid. Good pictures.
Nancy Richie, yeah. Why is she holding up a platter though?
She won.
Oh, is that
And actually, at Wimbledon, the women still get a plate, not a trophy.
what?
That's what they have. That's not Wimbledon. She's too young.
That sounds sexist as hell.
Well, if you
Here's a
interpret it that
plate.
way-
Go serve your husband.
See, what's the difference between a plate? It still represents what you did.
Yeah, but you can use a plate to serve food on rather than a trophy.
You can put beer in a plate too and go out and have a good time.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I don't
It's
like
the way
that.
we interpret it as sexist.
We're
really good at doing that.
Well, why can't they? Well, it's not even interpretation. Why can't they just give them a trophy?
Well,
Why is there a difference?
Because it shows something different. Now what if the men had the plate and the women had the trophies? Would that still be sexist? No.
No, but like there's a whole aspect of get back in the kitchen, all that crap.
No.
You know.
See, that's all interpretation. Sorry,
No,
that's just interpretation.
it's only interpretation because it exists. Like, why can't they give them both medals? That's what I'm saying. Like, why is there a difference because of gender? Like that's what I'm saying. Why can't they both get trophies? Like, anyway, 1973, Richard Nixon agreed to turn over White House tape recordings to Judge John Sirica.
One more thing, the plate is a trophy.
Yeah, but you can use the plate to serve food on.
Okay, just don't go back. But
yeah. Got some more sports history in 1977. Despite not driving in season-ending Japanese Grand Prix, Austrian Nick Lauda won his second Formula One World Drivers' Championship by 17 points from Jody Scheckter of South Africa. Okay. 1977 as well, the New York City Marathon. Defending champion Bill Rogers won in 2 hours, 11 minutes, 38 seconds. Mickey Gorman retains women's title in 2 hours, 43 minutes, and 10 seconds.
I wonder what the times are today, in comparison.
Let's see here. For record, right? Or
2021. What was the best time for New York Marathon?
2021, best time in New York Marathon. 2 hours and 22 minutes, 39 seconds.
Wow.
2 hours. Wow, longer.
It's better. We've gotten fat and sassy, apparently.
Yep.
That's
fat.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah, people were stronger back then. It's a definite, Let's see here. Moving on up into 1978, punk rock singer Sid Vicious attempted suicide while at Rikers Detention Center in New York City. This because he murdered his girlfriend.
Is that right?
Yeah, Sid Vicious, lived up to his name, Vicious. He murdered his girlfriend.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so he was trying to kill himself now.
Is that why he was in prison?
Yes.
Okay.
So. And 1983, 13th New York City Women's Marathon won by Greet Waltz in 2 hours, 27 minutes flat.
That's a little bit better than the women.
Yeah.
That was 43 or something.
243, 227. Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh. Then we got another historic event here in 1986. Artist Keith Haring commissioned to paint a mural on the Berlin Wall by Checkpoint Charlie Museum, 300 meters long. It's a long mural.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of paint. In 1989, we got an album release. George Harrison released Best of Dark Horse 1976-89 album. Okay. George Harrison, didn't you know him? Like, why does that name sound familiar?
He's part of the Beatles.
Okay. Well, I mean, I still think you would know them.
Why would I know?
Because you know everybody. You're from that era,
No, I don't know him. Trust me.
1991.
If I did, I'd ask him for a loan.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Clarence Thomas sworn in as U.S. Supreme Court Justice.
Yeah.
Yep.
My fave.
Yeah. Wasn't he the second black guy? Because I know the first one was Thurgood Marshall.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Then he would be the second.
Yeah. No, we were talking about that the other day or last week.
You reminded me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, hey, wouldn't he be the first guy? Because I remember Clarence Thomas.
Yeah. Well, he's still there.
Oh, he is?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Didn't he get a life threatened or something?
Yeah, he's one of them that,
yeah.
They threatened his life, but they were really after, whose house did they go to? I think it was...
yeah, that other person.
Yeah.
Hey, can you lean forward?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you don't need to be that close.
Okay.
But, I'm trying to, have it equidistant.
Yeah.
1991 as well, Dr. Jack Kevorkian's suicide machine assisted 2 women to commit suicide. Yeah, isn't he Dr. Death?
Yeah.
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 Dr. Jack Kevorkian. Yeah, I know that name.
Yep.
Which that's a very that's a very strange subject. If somebody wants to go, let them go.
Well, that's the old. They're terminally ill. They're 80 years old or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's still against the law to take your life.
I see in the audience we have a snake in a shotgun. No longer in my boot, it's now in my shotgun. So now when I shoot somebody, not only do they get peppered, but they get bit. So I wonder what kind of a snake he is anyway. Is he a python, a boa constrictor, a venomous? What kind of a snake are you? Snake?
I don't know.
Oh, well, damn.
A snake is a snake. That's all we need to know.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, 1992, Emperor Akihito became the first emperor of Japan to stand on Chinese soil. That's interesting.
What?
the first emperor of Japan, to go visit China, I guess.
Wow, that's really surprising.
Well, I mean, like, as I keep telling you, like, Asian cultures, they hate each other. They hate each other,
They've been warring for a lot of years.
Yeah. So, in 1993 as well, actually, no, 1 year later, Baseball World Series, defending champion Toronto Blue Jays defeated Philadelphia Phillies 8-6 at the Sky Dome in Toronto to clinch series 4-2. Most valuable player was Blue Jays infielder Paul Molitor. Okay. And moving on up into 1998, Britney Spears, here we go again, released her debut single, Baby One More Time. Wow, that kind of coincides with what I just said. Here we go again. Anyway, Mr. Snake, do you want to take any articles by chance?
Okay.
All right.
Israel-Palestine conflict. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Palestinian Chairman Yasser Arafat reached the end of peace agreement.
Yeah, that was a biggie.
Yeah.
That was huge.
Yes. In the Israel-Palestinian conflict still going on, and your boy Trump was doing some things, unprecedented over
the
there.
Lincoln, of course, he took a whole new approach and had 3 peace agreements between Israel and 3 different countries in the Middle East.
Yeah. Is Palestine one of them?
No.
That's not surprising.
That's it. Well, no, that's what he changed. He says, okay, as long as Palestine's the forefront and they won't negotiate anything, we'll just go to country and leave Palestine aside till they want to negotiate and settle something. Well, so that's the approach he took, and it worked.
They shouldn't have to negotiate anything. That was their land. They're getting taken over,
Well, you can argue that. You can go back to biblical times. Whose land is it? I don't know.
Well, I have a video to show you if you want to talk about biblical.
I know, I've seen that video.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Snake?
Palestine was technically is the end of the Palestine.
Yep. Anyway, let's move on up here. 2006. Actually, if you want, you can take 2 more if you want.
Okay. Irreplaceable single released by Beyonce. Soul Chain Music Awards Best R&D Soul Single 2007. Billboard Song of the Year 2007.
All right. Irreplaceable. I wonder if that's that song. I think. You're irreplaceable. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Me neither.
I don't know. It's in my head.
Your rendition isn't good, though. That's all I do know.
I mean, like, I can't sing for shit.
No argument here.
Well, where did I get it from?
Yeah, well, there you go. I never claimed that good.
My dance is slightly better than my singing.
Oh, no. No.
Well, I learned most of my moves from you, too.
Oh, now you're insulting me.
Oh.
Anyway, what else happened in 2006?
The Black Parade Sword album by My Chemical Romance is released.
Huh.
Okay.
Alright. Never heard of that song, though.
No.
I've heard of My Chemical Romance, yeah. We got another album released in 2007. Rounder Records released Raising Sand, a collaborative album by U.S. bluegrass singer Alliston Krauss and British rock vocalist Robert Plant. It topped the chart in Norway and peaked at number 2 in the U.S., UK, and Sweden. Huh. Never heard of that either.
No.
They're all a bunch of songs we don't even know. And we got a National Hockey League record in 2008. Joe Sakic scored his final career goal, number 625, against the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, good for him.
All right. We got a film premiere in 2012, Skyfall. We all know this one. The 23rd James Bond film, directed by Sam Mendes and starring Daniel Craig and Javier Bardem, premiered in London.
Okay.
Is it just me or is his mouth really small? Like, look at that. It's like...
It's hard to tell with a beard.
I mean, here, like, this,
Oh.
like, it looks like he's, like, squinting it. Like,
Only you would pick that up. Looks like he's trying to stick his tongue out.
Yeah.
He's got a very short tongue.
Very short tongue.
Poor guy, we're just reaming him.
Oh,
it's a picture.
Well, maybe you should take a better picture. Did he not learn anything in his elementary school days? Take a good picture. Your parents are going to get angry if you don't.
Yeah.
Don't blink. 2015, Adele released her single "Hello." It became the first song with more than 1 million downloads in the first week. 1.1 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Adele.
Wow, that is a lot of.
Yeah, Adele
A
is
lot
a
of
good
revenue.
singer though.
Yeah.
You
Oh
know?
yeah.
And then what was that
I
singer
never
on?
heard any of her songs.
I'm sorry.
I never heard any of her music.
I've heard like Chandelier and like Hello from the Other Side. I think that's it. Hello from the Other Side.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh,
I can't even tell you any of the songs.
yeah.
I recognize her voice if I hear it, but that's about it.
There is one though. I forgot her name, but she was on like I think America's Got Talent or something, or I think Britain's Got Talent, like the original.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was this one lady, and like no offense, she's as ugly as a toad, but her singing voice is beautiful. And when she was up on stage, you saw this like this
Oh, yeah.
lady. She looked like a librarian.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know who I'm talking about. But the music that came out of her mouth just floored everybody.
The one song, yeah, she sounded like she's singing like an angel.
Yeah.
It was really incredible.
And I think it was her who said this quote, my music is not for looks, it's for a sound or something like that. So, like, which, like, like, so much things, like, is derived from, vanity, from how people look, from how, your first impression and everything. You would not imagine that she would be that great of a singer with the way she looked.
But she ended up releasing an album or two, I don't know how many. Yeah, it was really, really surprising.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name for the life of me, but that's a shame.
Yeah. Actually, let's see here. UK's Got Talent.
Maybe it's in U.S. I don't know if it's UK or not. Could have been UK.
I think it was Boyle. Something
Yeah,
Boyle.
yeah.
Susan Boyle?
Something. Yeah, her name was
Susan?
Boyle. Susan Boyle. I think you're right.
I think, yeah.
That's her.
That's her, yeah.
That's her.
Yeah. Wow, good pull.
Yeah, that was huge. I don't know how you came up with
He
that.
does your type of librarian.
I'm sorry?
What?
What did you say?
What were we talking about?
We were just talking about Susan Boyle.
Oh.
Voice.
Yeah, her voice. She's an amazing singer.
Oh.
Anyway, do you want to tell us what happened in 2018 here?
Freddie Mercury biofilm Bahamian Rasponi, directed by Biani Singer, starring Rami Malek. Best Actor Academy Awards 2019 premieres in London.
Nice. Yeah, I remember hearing about
When
this.
did he die?
Freddie Mercury?
Yeah.
Let's see, he died
I don't think I've ever seen that film.
Yeah, I want to see it too. He died in 1991 at the age of 45 from AIDS.
Yeah, I know.
So, that's young.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
And talented.
Mm-hmm.
The guy was good.
What else happened in 2018?
Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan rejects Saudi claim journalist Jamal Khashoggi killed accidentally. Said it was premeditated murder. Yeah.
The guy they chopped up, yeah.
Yeah.
Brought him out in a suitcase or something.
I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He went to the embassy
Jesus.
to get some information, and if this is the guy I'm thinking of, and yeah, he never came out. And they assumed he came because they did bring suitcases out later. They figured he was chopped up in them.
Oh, that's right. This guy, we spoke about him like a couple weeks ago or something, right?
Did you?
Like
I don't know.
that he went into an embassy and was never seen again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We read that. What else happened in 2018? I'm just giving you all the 2018s
World's
here.
longest sea crossing bridge, the Hong Kong Macau Zihong Bridge at 55 kilometers, opened by Chinese President Xi Jinping.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yes. Hell yeah, brother. 55 kilometers to miles is 34 miles.
Yeah.
That's a long bridge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Moving on up into 2019, All-Star point guard Kyrie Irving poured in 50 points, setting a new NBA record for points on debut with a new team as his Brooklyn Nets go down 127 to 126 at home to the Minnesota Timberwolves. 1 point. Wow.
Yeah. Doesn't match Kobe Bryant's 81 though, does it?
No. Well, Kobe Bryant, the Mamba.
Yeah.
Which, I don't want to sound liberal or anything, but, I don't like the nickname the Black Mamba. I prefer the Mamba, but, whatever. Like,
the black mamba is a snake.
yes, it is.
And it's a deadly snake, so that's where he comes up with the black mamba.
Yeah.
I love the name the black mamba.
Yeah.
Cutting it in half doesn't get it for me.
Yeah, like, you know,
I'm trying to be politically correct. It's not a political
Well,
thing
I'm not
at all.
trying to be politically correct. It's just like, you know, like I don't like all these labels. I'm getting really tired of them.
Well, yeah,
you know, like,
but you didn't mind the Bambino, you know, farther up the road we did earlier today.
because it's not called the white Bambino.
Yeah, but see, you're putting something on
But
it.
I just don't. Well, I just don't like it. You know.
But the black mamba is a snake.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
it's a snake.
Okay.
You know, like, so that's why I don't know how to feel about it.
Snake, what do you think about the black mamba?
What's a black mamba?
That's a nickname for Kobe Bryant, the basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sounds like a nice name.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. See, the snake agrees
Yeah.
with me. There you go. Just move on.
I've
You're
been
done.
outvoted in my own show. 2020.
We did it. We did it, Snake.
Yeah.
Rejoice, because everything is fleeting.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
2020, Columbia Records released Bruce Springsteen's 20th studio album, Letter to You, recorded with the E Street Band.
Better known as the boss.
The
Not
boss.
the white boss, but the boss.
You know what? You already won. What more do you want?
I'm rubbing it in.
You know better
It's
than
a
the
rare
liberal.
moment.
Anyway, before we move on into person tests, audience, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything that you have more questions about? Anything that you want to add? Start up a dialogue in the comment section below. Anyway, we're going to be moving on into burst. I have a feeling we're going to be losing the...
Yeah, go ahead. We'll
okay.
run through it quick.
All right.
Oh, hey.
No, Roman general.
Yep. Starting us off in the year 63, we have Marcus Agrippa, a Roman general, Battle of Actium, born in an uncertain location, but possibly in Arpino, Istria, or Assistium, or 64 BC. So he's either born on this date in this year or the next year in 63 BC. And
Can we
one
take
in
a
three
year for
areas.
a couple thousand years ago? Who cares?
Yeah. Well, I do.
Yeah.
Doing one hell of a time jump here, we have Ludwig Leichhardt in 1813, was a German explorer of northern and central
That was a
Australia.
nice country.
I'm sorry?
Pusher was a nice country.
It was.
Yeah.
He was born in Trebach, Prussia, and died in 1848.
Mm.
And if you want, you can take this 1869.
American football coach Eagle Eyes forward pass originated the Center Snap Heisman Trophy named after him, born in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yep. The
And what was
Heisman
his-
Trophy.
Yep, what was his name?
John Heisman.
Yep. Heisman, like, you know, the legend.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's the Heisman Trophy is the
That's not
Player
enough.
of the Year
That's
for
not
college.
that's not enough for his name. The whole sport should be renamed Heisenball, you know. or something.
Heisman instead of football.
Yeah, no, because like you know, remember like because he was a college football guy at first. Remember that one game, 222 to nothing.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that is an annihilation. Like
Well, you got to remember back in those days, professional football was really nothing. It was all college football.
well, yeah, but still, like you know, like the fact that you know,
Yeah.
222 to nothing, like you know,
Yeah, yeah, how
that
does
is
that work?
that is an assassination. Like he needs. Like, the sport should be renamed Heisenball. Like,
Hey, look who we have.
oh, well, it's another one for Mr. Snake here.
Johnny Carson, American comedy and TV host, The Tonight Show, Who Do You Trust, born in Corning, Ohio. Idaho.
Back when
Iowa.
the Tonight Show was really something.
Yeah.
He made that show. It was great.
Yeah. He was born in 1925 and died in 2005, so he was 80 years to the dot.
Yeah.
79 actually, huh? That's weird.
Kind of became a hermit after he left the show, retired.
Once you get stuff done, you just kind of clam up, And we have Jim Bunning, 1931,
Oh yeah.
a U.S. Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher, 9-time MLB All-Star, perfect game in 1964, and no-hitter in 1958. Wow.
Yeah.
Detroit Tigers and Philadelphia Phillies. He was also a politician. He was a U.S. Senator for Kentucky from 1999 to 2011, as well as a U.S. Representative from 1987 through 99. He was born in Southgate, Kentucky, died 5 years ago in 2017.
Now, I got a baseball question for you. Do you know the difference between a no-hitter and a perfect game?
No.
No, and I have lost. I have lost what it's even called, like the string. Like
The cycle.
I'm out of practice.
I'm sorry, Snake. You gotta know. You gotta know.
This is an ongoing joke.
Yeah. I just can't remember the cycle. Anyways, just real quick, and we'll move on. A no-hitter is you pitch the whole game without a hit. Someone got on base maybe by a walk or an error.
And a perfect game is
27 batters, 27 outs. That's the difference.
Dang. Moving on up, we have Pio, born on this date in 1940. A Brazilian soccer attacking midfielder. He got 92 caps, player of the century, 1,281 goals in 1,363 games. That's a lot of games. For Santos, New York Cosmos, born in Três Corações, Brazil.
Pele is considered the best, the GOAT, the best player of all time around
greatest
the
of
world.
all time, GOAT.
Yeah. From around the world.
Yeah.
I don't know about soccer. I never saw him play, but that's what he's considered.
Well, it says here he's a player of the century, so that's that's something you don't just get, Then 1942, Mr. Snake, if you so wish. Who was born on this date in 1942?
Michael Kinston.
And what was he?
American novelist, author, Mata Stein, Congo Yaka, and filmmaker Jurassic Park E.L. born in Chicago, Illinois.
Ah.
Okay.
So he was behind Jurassic Park. And ER, is that like I know ER was a TV series.
Well, ER is emergency room, so it's about emergency room.
But this is a filmmaker, so I didn't know about an ER film. Was there
I don't know if he's a filmmaker, TV thing. He could do. He'd cross over. He could do
ER
TV.
film? It's a TV series.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
And then
Still the creator.
Yep. Moving on up to, we have Ang Lee, born in 1954. A Taiwanese-born U.S. filmmaker, Brokeback Mountain and Life of Pi, born in Shaoxu, Pingtung, Republic of China.
Well, I like pie.
I like pie as well, but that's a different pie.
Yes.
That's a numerical 3 point something something something.
There you go. 3.74.
Have you seen a pie?
Oh, there we go.
A pie with a pie on it.
Yeah.
So.
I have never seen a pie.
Now you have. Then pie.
Pie. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. I'm a cake guy though.
Can't argue that.
Yep. We actually have cake downstairs.
Ooh, I'm out of here.
We have Paul Kagame, born in 1957 on this date. He is a Rwandan leader, head of the Rwandan Patriotic Front, president of Rwanda from 2000 to present, born in Tambwe, Rwanda, Urundi. So wow, so he's been head of state for 22 years.
He looks like one of their cost crunchy guys, really slim,
Mm-hmm. Well, they're all more or less like that. So
yeah, that's their heritage.
Well, that's just genetics and everything.
Genetics,
they don't,
not heritage. Yeah, genetics.
Well, because you don't have like Burger King and shit over there. Like so, oh man, you get a good one. This guy was born in 1959. Snake?
What?
Would you like to tell us about this next guy?
American accordionist and parody singer-songwriter Edith. Another one writes the person actor UHF Naked Gun, born in Downey, California.
Yeah, what was his name?
What?
Weird Al Yankovic. Yep.
Oh yeah, I love Eat It. Taking off Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Then there's also, Fat. Then there's, Foil. Like, he does so many parody songs. It's awesome.
Yeah. That's his thing.
UHF was a good. I had no idea he was a Naked Gun.
No, I didn't either.
I think, who was he? Hold on a second. Weird Al in Naked Gun. Let's see here. What was he?
I have no idea.
I guess he just kind of like made an appearance.
Bit part, yeah.
Like, or was he a criminal? I don't know. Huh. Anyway, who else was born on this date? We have Emilia Clarke, born in 1986. An English actress, Game of Thrones, born in London, England.
Okay. Never heard of her.
And moving on into deaths, we have Marcus Junius Bruttius, died in 42 BC, a Roman senator and the most famous of the assassins of Julius Caesar, committing suicide at the age of 42 or 43. His birth was in 85 BC, so he killed himself after killing Caesar.
Or did they make it look like suicide?
Well, whatever the case,
Yeah.
Julius
He
Caesar.
was toast this day.
Julius Caesar was a piece of crap. Burned down the Library of Alexandria, set us back 1,000 years in technology. But then we have Edward Smith Stanley in 1869, the 14th Earl of Derby, was British Prime Minister, Conservative Party of 1852, also in 1858 through 59, and 1866 through 68, and dying at the age of 70. He was born in 1799. Look at that weird beard, like
1799. That was pretty old in those days.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Then who else died today? W.G. Grace, beard guy. 1915, he was an English cricket all-rounder and captain, 22 tests, 54,896 runs, over a record 44 first-class seasons. Gloucestershire, dying of a heart attack at the age of 67.
Cricket.
He doesn't look like a cricketer. He looks like a boxer.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He definitely looks like a boxer.
He looks like a more groomed Carrera. You know,
Okay.
like a better kept beard.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
without a shirt. Carrera is a shirtless wonder.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we have Al Jolson, 1950, a Lithuanian U.S. pop vocalist, Mamie and Swanee, also a silent film actor, the jazz singer, and dying at 64.
That was Mammy.
Yep.
When he did blackface.
That's
Well,
not
he'd
good.
be. Well, you got to put it back in the day.
Yeah. Well, back in the day, there was blackface because they didn't want to hire black actors. So it was prejudice, straight up, back then. They weren't putting on blackface to mock the black people. They were doing it because they refused to hire black people to represent themselves.
Okay.
So.
I'm not gonna argue.
But who died on this date in 57, Mr. Snake?
French fashion designer Christian Dior dies of a heart attack.
Just a personal. Your mom loved Christian Dior's products. Loved her stuff. His stuff.
Yeah. And then we have Maybelle Carter in 1978, a U.S. country singer, Johnny Cash show, dying at the age of 69.
Oh yeah. Carter.
Maybelle Carter.
Yeah.
And who else died on this date? Mr. Snake, I'm sorry, I kind of took your second turn, so why don't you take the next two? Who died on this date in 2002?
American lyricist and playwright dies at 87. Adolf Green.
Yeah, it's Always Fair Weather, one of his plays or something.
Yeah, I've never heard of him.
Neither have I.
I think I heard that song.
You have another one here in 2003.
Chinese political figure and first lady of the Republic of China dies at 106.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's a good long life.
Yeah, Asians are notoriously known for living long.
There's an area in Asia, and I can't remember, I think it was Japan or somewhere, and they've kind of studied it, why people live so long in that particular area. They live to 110, 115.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because of their diet, their lifestyle, their working habits and all that stuff. Like, they keep themselves going. You know? Like, anyway, who else died on this date? Nobody of any significance that I can think of. So anyway, that shall be it for the show. Once again, you can check the underbar in the description for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time. For all of you and all of us, I am A.O. Xander.
Golden Loon.
And I was also joined by...
Snake in a shotgun.
Yep. Anyway, until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles!